good vibes only, and the best vibes today, guys. I am ridiculously excited about today's show. I think we can all agree we've kicked it up a notch today, and we have some some A++ list celebrities on the show for various reasons, and we're very excited. I think if you haven't tuned into Lockdown, where have you been? We've been doing these morning shows every morning, feel good morning shows, just to kind of get you guys through the lockdown period. And no matter where you are in the world, I'm sure you're in some sort of isolation at the moment. So we figured, we're musicians from South Africa. We have not too much to do at the moment. Gigs have all been cancelled. Tours have all been cancelled. Why not put together a morning show that is literally just, everything and anything that's creative, from music to food to cooking to comedy to everything and anything that you can imagine, just to make you feel good. And I'm Jules, and over there, the producer on the other side is Ben. Say hello to Ben.
Hey, hello everyone. It's also fitness. We've got Coach Cords, who's been looking after our waistlines.
Yeah, Coach Cords is on the show today as well, and she's amazing. And so it's just everything that you can imagine that you need to get you through the lockdown. And and thank you so much for joining us. It's really awesome to have you guys here today. I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend and start your week. It's Wednesday already. It freaks me out how quickly the weeks go. But today, if you didn't know, we've got two amazing guests coming onto the show today. Slightly longer segments because we want to give them each a bit of time. First of all, in our music segment, we have Rory Elliott from Plush, who, if you were like me growing up listening to music, the Plush would have been like your number one band to listen to, and the songs that were coming out of the sort of 10 years ago were just unbelievable. And I think both guests have a bit of a personal connection to myself and Ben this morning, specifically Ben, actually. And he was the drummer for the band of Plush for a while. So, Benny, excited to have your old bandmate back on the show.
I'm super excited. It's a little bit wild, actually, to think that it was that many years ago, because the time has literally just flown by. But they were incredible years and amazing adventures that we had together. Yeah. I
know, that's super cool. So we've got Rory Elliott, and then we've got, guys, it's just wild that we have him on the show, but we have literally got my absolute favorite MasterChef judge joining us today, Matt Preston. We've gotten to know him a little bit recently over the last couple of months, and he is just one of the most divine, awesome human beings. And I'm so excited and so amazed that we managed to get him to join us on the lockdown today. So he's going to be cooking for us, and we're going to have a lovely chat with him. But first of all, as always, we start with our good news story of the day. And our good news story today is coming from South Africa. As a lot of you would have known, we had Freedom Day on Monday, which is a very significant public holiday in our country. And what we did was 50 or so singers, comedians, celebrities got together to perform a virtual rendition of the national anthem across Zoom call. And we put the challenge out to South Africans to kind of, just join in. And we said to them, there are thousands of you out there. We want to get as many of you together as possible to sing the national anthem with us. So as our nation went into lockdown in March 2020, over 50 of us encouraged the nations to sing the national anthem together, lend their voices to something amazing. And we had this emotional video that's come out of it with, can you imagine, 1,000 people literally all singing Nkosi Sikelel' iAfrika all together. And Ben is going to play it for you in a second. We're just getting it loaded up on the system. For me, it was really awesome to be a part of it because I managed to get, a little bit emotional. I mean, the first time I was asked to do it, I was sitting at home. James Bathingswaite organized the whole thing for me and said, Jules, will you be a part of this? Will you sing the anthem? Put your headphones on, get your phone out and sing it. And I did. And I didn't realize how emotional that would actually make me feel, just singing the national anthem and realizing I was going to be a part of something much bigger. But I sat there, started singing it, and I think just the timing, going into lockdown, being very, very uncertain about, where we were going as a country, what was going to happen, how we were going to handle going into to lockdown as a country.
Would you mess up the lyrics?
I didn't mess up the lyrics. No, I've known the national anthem since I was very young. My mum had it on a mug for me, so I was a little girl, and I was already learning the words, and so luckily I do know it very well. So many artists, Solani, there's tons. Art Matthews, Majosi. That's just off the top of my head, but you got to watch it. There's so many artists involved. So anyway, I basically got the brief, put the camera out, started singing the national anthem to camera, and I just got really emotional. And I think it was just a combination of feeling that we don't know what's going to happen. And I know in South Africa, we've handled lockdown very strictly. For those of you who are watching from all other countries in the world, we've had a very hard lockdown where we literally have not been able to move around other than to go out shopping maybe once a week. You have to stay home. You can't, we've really tried to contain the coronavirus as much as possible, and it has been working. But we, basically we haven't managed to do it we can't manage to do it forever, so we're going to be heading out of a lockdown. We've got 5 levels. We're going into level 4 from Friday, so there will be a little bit more freedom, a little bit more movement, because obviously we need to get the country back on its feet. But we'll move through the levels: level 4, level 3, level 2, level 1. The only thing I'm really upset about, and I don't think I'm the only person, is that hairdressers are at level 1, which is like, and we're only on level 5. And I don't know about you guys, but my extensions, my blue hair extensions are starting to grow out and feel very irritating. And I know it's like first world problems, hair and all that. But anyway, I'm really looking forward to getting my hair done. But now I think we've got that video ready and loaded for you. So we're going to play you guys this beautiful, beautiful 1,000 people singing the South African national anthem for Freedom Day. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
Nkosi sikeleli Afrika Malubanganyisa uphondo lwayo Izwa imithandazo Yesu Nkosi sikeleli Thina lusapho lwayo Morena luluka sitshaba sa Yesu Ufendise tintwale maswele
Not get you like just a tiny weeny bit emotional. It's so beautiful. And I just want to say I'm so proud of our country for taking such strict measures against and such a firm fight against coronavirus. I think more than ever we've shown the world how resilient South Africans are and how we can cope in a crisis, how we can come together to help each other. One of the things we've been doing, if you guys aren't aware, we've been raising money to feed those who are not able to feed themselves during this time. I think the realization for me going out into the townships and realizing that while most of us live month to month or week to week, there are people out there who live day to day wage workers who are not able to feed themselves or their families at all. And so we started a fund to be able to react immediately to help a few organizations out in Vryheid. And we've already raised almost 450,000 Rand. We've spent over 100,000 Rand so far. And we're just getting food and aid to the people. And yeah, it's incredible to see just humanity putting together around an awesome cause. If you guys do want to donate to that cause, you still can. We've got a Back a Buddy link. It's bit.ly/GoodLuck Cares. I think we'll pop the link in the comments as well. So please do support where you can. So now, guys, this is a really, really exciting one for me. This, I have to say, I think this man single-handedly kind of inspired me to become a musician. I maybe didn't know it at the time, but if I could say that Rory Elliott was probably one of the probably the most influential musician and songwriter for me, coming out of studying and moving into kind of the world. And I didn't think music would be something that I could do for a living, but I would go and watch the shows, the plush shows and the concerts, the armchair theatre, and I would just get all the feels every single time, just be completely absorbed into the music and the songwriting and the message and the story. And today we're so lucky because Rory Elliott is on our show today, lead singer of the band Plush. Rose, are you there? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Jules.
Oh, wonderful.
Wow. Good way of starting. I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say.
Oh, man.
I just heard such a wonderful compliment, and now I don't know what to say. So thank you so much.
No, it's just so wonderful to have you on the show. And I think everyone who's watching, a lot of people will agree, you know, as a songwriter, your storytelling ability and your ability to just like get to the heart of a story and bring out all the feels in that story. I think you definitely are one of the best for me in the world. Are you still writing? Wow. Are you still keeping that flame alive? Hey?
I am. Yeah, I'm writing. Not as much as I would like, but I am. I'm writing, I'm playing. I've got a beautiful guitar room in my home in Somerset West, and I'm able to play here whenever I like, which is nice, other than when I'm tending to my children, because I've got two of them now.
You're
so
daddy now.
It keeps me busy.
Awesome.
It keeps me busy, that's for sure.
That's so cool. And lockdown with kids, has it been easy? Has it been a bit of a struggle? How have you managed to cope? What does a day look like for you guys? Is it chaos, or is it kind of gotten into a bit of a routine?
It's more chaotic for Ala. I mean, my wife is definitely the one wearing most of the hats in the house. Ala's having to she's had to reestablish. She's got a dance academy here in Somerset West with about 200 students, and so she's had to now take her entire business online. You guys know what that's like, having put on this show. It takes time to just think about these things and to get the right technology working for you. And then she's homeschooling the girls, and she's and helping us take care of our meals mostly. I'm just really there to pick up the flack wherever I can, or the slack.
The flack and the slack and the
help,
flack.
The flack and the slack.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been a bit of a grumpy pants on a few days. You know me, I like people, I like to be with people, and I like to be communicating and connecting. So it's been strangely bizarre, but I've been playing a lot more. And I've had the opportunity, I was on 5FM on Monday, and you guys have given me this great opportunity to come on today, which has meant that I've had to revisit a lot of old Plush songs. And it's just taken me on this beautiful, nostalgic journey back in time.
That's
so
amazing.
It's been wonderful.
That's awesome.
Been good.
But Benny has a question for you there on the side. He's looking pensive.
How was
Benedicto
it?
Benedicata Biesum Christium Dominostrum. Just had to get your name out there in full, just in case anyone was wondering.
You never change. You never change, Rose. But no, I was just thinking it was so cool that you were on 5FM, because you were on Nick Hammond's show, who is actually an old schoolmate of mine. We both went to Rondebosch, and it really he actually messaged me a little while ago, and he was like, "Oh man, like, you know, so much crazy music that we need to be sharing in these times," and he told me that he was actually going to be getting hold of you. So I was really, really stoked to hear that you were going to be on his show.
He's an absolute gentleman. I mean, I must say, Nick, I've always had a huge amount of respect for him, right back from the Marty's days, MFM. He's just a classy guy. So it was wonderful being on the show.
Phenomenal radio host. Yeah. So you said you've been writing a lot of new songs. Is there anything that you're going to play for us today, or is it are these things works in progress?
Not lots of new songs, but yeah, I've been writing some new songs. I'm going to do one new one for you guys. Yeah. I'm going to do one new one today, and I'm going to do one old one for the Plush fans who are watching here today. I'm sure there are a few.
No, we put the word out. There are lots, and let me tell you, we put the word out to the kind of the world to say, you know, which songs you like to hear, and Cheapers, like, everyone's got a different favorite, like, and there's so many, you know. I was thinking, okay, we can't really request any because they're just thousands, you know. So it's really, really cool that that your music has stood the test of time, and I think it takes people back to a really good time in the world where we could actually move around and be free and have fun and be together. But should we just get into it? I think everyone's done with us talking. I think they just want to hear you play. Are you going to start with something old or something new first?
I'm going to start with something old, and I'm going to surprise everybody with this one because, yeah, you're right. I've had so many people contact me and tell me, you know, what song they want to hear me play. And as you mentioned, that unfortunately, that's the beautiful thing about Plush, I guess, is that everybody's got a different favorite. So it was
there were so many great songs. It's hard to pick a favorite, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Ben, I'm dedicating this one to you, my boy, because you were there when we recorded the song together in Johannesburg many moons back, just soon after Chaz passed away on the Rage On album. It was a very traumatic and intense time for me personally as a guy, and it relates very much to the time so many people are going through right now. It's uncertain, and it's you know, it's intense and it's crazy, and so I thought that this would be an appropriate song to sing for everyone, and I hope that they enjoy it. It's a song called These Days.
Yay!
We've all sat on a knife's edge. We've all looked down the other side, 'cause we've all been tempted to snuff out the light. It's not that unusual, no, it's just what you will find, that we've all been driven at some point, halfway out of our minds. The ocean looks enticing. This deep sea double bed seems like the perfect place to rest my head. Suck on my very last breath. It's not that unusual, no, it's just what you will find, that we've all been driven at some point, halfway out of our minds. No, I'll never let another day go by without falling in love with it. No, I'll never let another day go by. 'Cause a waste of time is a wasted life, and I don't wanna be one of those guys hanging on to every moment slipping by. Hey, these days disintegrate, they fold up and fade away. These days don't hesitate, back up and run with it. These days don't complicate it. They're a treasure worth saving. They're a treasure worth saving. These days. These days disintegrate, fall up and fade away. These days don't hesitate to pick up and run with it. These days don't complicate it. They're a treasure worth saving. They're a treasure worth saving. These days.
Yeah, love it, Rose. Guys, if you're watching, Rose Raw's picture's a little bit pixelated. We know. I think the internet in South Africa is not quite coping with your picture, but your music's coming through beautifully. So thank you so much.
Yeah,
That
don't
was
worry,
lovely.
Ross. The most important part is the sound, and it sounded great.
It sounded stunning. Tell me about that song, and it's a two-part question. The first is how do you think those lyrics kind of relate to what we're going through right now? And the second thing is, do you think we're going to be looking back on this time, and in a year or two from now, and what do you think? How do you think we'll feel about it? Because I'm just very interested to hear your perspective on that.
Well, that's a big question. What I can say is I felt like this song related to this time, because I find when we go through really challenging times in our lives, it's really easy to get caught up in the day-to-day grind of it.
Sure.
The stress, the fear, the doubt, all these things that can so easily overwhelm you and rob you of the gift, which is the moment and today, right now, which we never get back this day. So it's about wrapping these days up and running with them. As it's about setting aside that trouble and that heartache and the confusion and the concern, and just packing up the hope and running with the day, like you'll never get it back. So that's why I felt like it resonated with this time.
That's beautiful.
And certainly for me, I think I'm speaking for myself more than anybody else. But in terms of how we're going to look back on this time, wow, Jules, I mean, I'm hoping, and you know me, I'm the eternal positive dude. I'm hoping that we make some really positive changes in South Africa specifically today, and in this time. I'm hoping that we use this opportunity to kind of change direction a little bit on some of the areas where we've gone wrong. Where there's so much, it seems like there's so much division in South Africa at the moment, so much polarization, more than ever. In fact, worldwide, it seems to be a genuine problem and concern. And I'm hoping that we will make positive changes, and we will look back on this time as the catalyst for that.
Well, I've really felt that it has been, for me personally, and I think for a lot of people, just an opportunity to reassess what we're doing, and just to kind of, I don't know, just to kind of take stock of what's important, what values are important. I think up to the point of us going into lockdown, it was all like the rat race and the achieving and just running after a goal that was never really there in the first place. And I think a lot of people have realized that they can take this opportunity to actually look at what do I want to do with my life? Who do I want to be, and what are my values? And an opportunity, this time has just been an opportunity for everyone to actually act on it, which is wonderful. And hopefully, like you say, it's going to manifest in a lot more people just being good, doing good. I think we've got Matt Preston just chatting in the background, by the way, in case you don't know. Is it just, okay, I can hear Matt Preston chatting in the background.
That's because he's dying to get on.
He is, he's waiting.
It's such fun.
He's in my mind. He's going, I'm in your mind, Jules. I'm in your mind. I'm like, okay. Oh my God. I wish you could hear what I'm hearing right now. I love him. It's going to be a hoot. But Rose, thank you so much for that song. It's so beautiful. And the words are so pertinent to what's happening right now. But can you play us a new one? We need a new one as well, I think. It's important to, we have the old, but we got to have the new as well.
Absolutely. My daughters are such a big part of my life now. The biggest part. My wife always was the one inspiring the songs since 19 Footsack, and now my girls are inspiring songs too. And this is a song inspired by them. It's one called Brand New Love. I actually wrote it just after Bailey, my first daughter, was born. And it goes
Can I dedicate it to 3 people quickly before you start? Can I dedicate it to
You're welcome.
Steffi Vetter, Steffi.
Steffi.
From the crew, Lee Minner as well, and Wild Rider. If I can dedicate it to you guys, they're your biggest fans are here today, and this one's for them.
Wow. Okay, Steffi Vetter, Lee, good shout out. Here we go. Hold it all together, 'cause I'm too afraid to let it out. You peel back the covers to reveal a part of yourself. In the morning I discover you look just like your mother does. Now I'm dying with the problem. I might die from loving you too much. Too much. Oh, brand new love. Don't wanna go away from you. Can pull myself away from you. Can bring myself to leave your room. Lock me in here with you. Brand new love. Don't wanna go away from you. Can pull myself away from you. Can bring myself to leave your room. Lock me in here with you. I found myself staring, fixated on your beating heart. Now I know it's way too early to say, baby, feels like a good start. A good start to our life together. You and I forever holding each other like a rocket from the night sky. A bright star, what a great idea you are. Brand new love. Don't wanna go away from you. Can pull myself away from you. Can bring myself to leave your room. Lock me in here with you. Brand new love. Don't wanna go away from you. Can pull myself away from you. Can bring myself to leave your room. Lock me in here with you. The world's in trouble, it's pain, I'll take it for you. When the world's at war, I'll die for you. If you want my all, I'll give it to you. It's in the stuff I found, such meaning. The world's in trouble, it's pain, I'll take it for you. When the world's at war, I'll die for you. If you want my all, I'll give it to you. It's in the stuff I found, such meaning. Don't wanna go away from you. Can pull myself away from you. Can bring myself to leave your room. Lock me in here with you. Brand new love. Don't wanna go away from you. Can pull myself away from you. Can bring myself to leave your room. Lock me in here with you.
Woohoo! That was awesome. Yay. I was going to give you a big clap there and Ben didn't unmute me. Anyway.
My bad.
Well done, Roars. That was so awesome. That beautiful song. Beautiful. You haven't lost your ability to be an incredible songwriter, and that's awesome to see. Even though you haven't been doing it as much as you normally do.
I'm not sure it's something you exactly put down though, is it? You know, like, oh, I put it down somewhere and then I lost it. You know? It definitely visits you when it wants to, but it's not something you lose.
Oh, geez, I'll tell you what. Yeah, exactly. We have to wait for it patiently most of the time. The words aren't always there.
Exactly, dude.
I'm sorry that my camera is all funny looking, but at least
I think it's just the internet.
At least
so
my mic works well.
Yeah, the mic sounds good. The picture's less important. It's all about
you guys look amazing though. You look delightful. Both of you.
You know what it
is?
It's called fiber. It's called, like, we had to come. Some guy came here with a big injection of fiber and helped us out a little bit. But anyway, all these things you learn as you go, you know. But Rose, I just wanted to say before we ring off and get Matt on the line. By the way, I don't know if you noticed, he was just duetting with you a little bit there. He was coming in and out of your feed.
Good man. Thanks, Matt.
But listen, I just wanted to say thank you for all the memories, you know, and I hope that you do. I hope that you find this time to kind of reignite your, I won't say your passion because it's probably always been there, but I'd say your discipline for songwriting and putting down your thoughts, because your talent's never going to go away. Maybe, you know, family life has taken a little bit of a front seat, but I hope that you will, in the next few months, kind of start writing on a much bigger level, and you know, we'd love to be a part of that as well, and do some co-writing sessions, and yeah, I just hope that you continue to share your gift with the world.
Actually get some time together in studio, since we've been talking about doing it for nearly
we've flirted,
over a year now.
We flirted with it quite often, but never quite made it. Yeah, but it's okay. You guys are rock stars and all over the world. But
I think you know, as a writer, your gift needs to be brought back into the mix. So I'm speaking on behalf of all your fans here that are tuned in. Everyone would love to see you writing and releasing a little bit more. And I think you know, you gotta go with signs, right? You gotta go with like what's happening to you. And at the moment, all these opportunities are coming knocking at your door. So go with it. Just a bit of advice.
I hear you. Now I'm picking up what you're putting down. Thanks, Jules. Awesome. It means a lot to me, and it's been just a special occasion being here with you guys today, and I really feel blessed that you asked me to join you. So thank you so much, and thank you to all my plush friends and family who have tuned in to listen, and sending all of my love to all of you. All at once.
We love you lots. Boom. Thank you so much for being part of the show. It meant the world to Ben and I.
It really has. And I think one of the things that I've learned from this lockdown or luckdown is all those little obstacles that got in our way of letting us see each other and finding a way to make sure that we kept our diary date. You know, all of those little things seem so irrelevant now, and it would just be so amazing to just be in a room with you and to give you a big hug. It have to be an elbow bounce for now. So I can't wait for that time, dude.
Yeah, me too. I cannot wait. You guys are doing such good work, so keep it up, and I'm going to be sticking around to watch Matt. I can't wait. So
he's going to be cooking up a storm for us.
Congrats on roping him in.
Thanks so much, Roz. Lots of love, and we'll catch you on the flip. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Rory Elliott, lead singer of the band Plush, and songwriter and vocalist, and just all-round awesome guy. So thank you so much for listening to him. And we thought we'd do something different, because in the past we've had people kind of pre-record their performances and then chat to us, and we thought we'd just get him, because he is so good, so raw and so real live. We thought we'd get him just to do a full live interview. And I'm sorry about the pixelation a little bit. Was obviously internet issues on our side, but I hope that you enjoyed the music and the songs. I love them. So up next, guys, we've got, I'm so crazy excited about this, because, and I have to just share a little bit of a personal story and how this is kind of feels a little bit surreal for Ben and I. So when we were starting to write our first album, we had a little home studio at the back of Ben's parents' garage where we would write, and we would work sometimes till 2, 3, 4 in the morning, literally through the night. Just kind of, we were figuring out how to produce music, we were figuring out how to write songs, we were figuring out how this is all going to unfold, and we had to work very, very hard on what we were doing, and to kind of give our minds a little bit of a break. At 11 o'clock, we would not miss every single night the MasterChef Australia season 1. Now this is taking you back. Season 1 episode. We would go out every single night. We would go and we would watch, and we would get inspired, have the hour break, and then go back into studio and continue to make music. So for me, it's crazy that this is happening, because it's come full circle, you know, from going to that space of being inspired by these guys and how they were cooking and how they were getting the best out of people and helping that inspire our music, to now, fast forward a few years, we have a morning TV show, and we're interviewing Matt Preston. It's just a bit of a mind bend, but it's very, very exciting, and I'm so happy that he's agreed to come onto the show today. But before we chat to him, we're going to share with you guys a really awesome recipe that he's prepared specially for you today. It's one of my favorite vegetables. This is Matt Preston's cauliflower soup.
Look, Jules, I thought you might also like this recipe. I know how much you love cauliflower. This is a really simple way to make cauliflower soup. The rules I'm going to show you work for any vegetable at all. Cauliflower, parsnip, broccoli. It's really just a matter of blending up your cooked vegetables with stock and then putting a sexy garnish on top. Hope you enjoy it. Here's my simple cauliflower soup. Enjoy. Today we're making soup, in this case cauliflower soup. It's super simple. We're going to fry up a base of onions and bacon. That's it. Then we're going to throw in the cauliflower with some stock, cook it down. That is all soup is. Soup is just a vegetable with some stock and something to flavour it. Easiest thing in the world to make, super tasty, and I don't know, like a real crowd pleaser, something to have. Fry in that oil, 1 red onion, also a couple of rashers of bacon, and the stem of cauliflower. Now it's got a nice brown colour going on. I'm going to throw in the cauliflower. And just pour the stock straight in. There's about 750 mils of stock there. We'll let that braise away until the cauliflower's softened. You know when the cauliflower's ready to go when you can just squidge it with your spatula. It's lovely and soft, and that is the time to puree it, liquidize it, do whatever you want to do with it. Let this soup cool down a bit, so it's still quite warm. You're still going to have to do the thing about putting the clean cloth over the top. We liquidize it like this. In we put our cauliflower, our lovely softened cauliflower. That colour is coming off all the lovely crispy toastiness that we got from frying the onion and the bacon together. It's thick. Right, well the soup's liquidized, and it's now just a matter of plating it up. So there's celery, coriander, chili, and then my final thing to finish off, a little bit of cream cheese mixed with cream. There we have my cauliflower soup. Salty in the bacon, onion gives a real depth to it. It's just a delicious, warming, hearty soup. And celery and the chili, coriander give you some more complexity, another good C word. You could also, blue cheese would be amazing with that. Blue cheese and almonds just sprinkled on the top, toasted almonds would be wonderful. So there we have it, the most deliciously simple thing to make for an evening. Soup, anyone could do it. I mean, really just any vegetable that you love, sweet potato, pumpkin obviously, cauliflower, parsnip, broccoli. Cook it down, blend it up with some stock, warm it up, find a sexy garnish you think is going to work with it, and there you've got a beautiful lunch or a great midweek dinner that costs you hardly anything. Cauliflower soup, delicious.
In the words of my nephew Tommy, that looks delicious. And I'm so excited. I'm ridiculously excited. Because on the show today, we've got the one, the only, Matt Preston! Matt, are you there? Mwah, 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 mwah.
On the other side of the world, greetings.
Hello, it's nighttime. But look how beautiful you look.
It's nighttime. It's absolutely rainy and gale. I'm under a tin roof under the back veranda. So which I kind of like that sound. I kind of think it's in Australia, which is so dry, like South Africa. Rain is a thing we celebrate. So
yes.
So it's quite nice to.
Oh man, you missed the rains down in Africa. You know how that song goes. You know that one, right?
Yep.
Listen, can we just talk about how beautiful you look? You look very well lit there. What's going on with that? You look very very smooth. I'm loving it. Oh
my God! Well, this is the most important thing. You need a ring light. I mean, your lighting has improved. When we got on this call earlier on, you were like kind of sitting in a strange grey light. The logo behind you was actually slightly brighter lit than you were. I'm glad to see someone's moved in an LED. They put a bit of warmth on there.
Put a bit of effort in, yeah?
There's a whole thing. We all do have to get a bit wiser about how we there's a whole angle, as you know, about angles. So here, for example, the first thing is I've got what's called a ring light, which lights your face really well, and it also makes your eyes look much bluer than they actually are. So that's point number one. Normally my eyes are kind of like a grey, muddy colour, but if this makes mine look bluer. But we like that. Then the other thing is you've got to perfect the angle. I've got my laptop stacked up on a stool and 5 really boring books I've never read that are all about that thick. So the camera is just above me. Not so it's up here, because that's good, but that's kind of also a bit
too
freaky.
much. A bit much, yeah.
You're coming out of a hole. But you never want to let the camera drop anywhere down there. This is the rule. When someone takes your photograph, never go for the short person. Always ask the basketballer to take the photo.
Yeah, I feel you.
Not so good.
Not so good. Not so good. But I mean, you've got a beard at least. Us girls, we don't have much. We can't really hide too much from that down up angle. It's a bit like.
So you're saying young girls, you're fine, but it's that whole thing that there becomes a point when the wattle starts to arrive, and the whole concept of a lower face is a terrible idea. The beard is designed.
So tell me, is that how the cravat kind of came into the picture? Were you just trying to like elongate yourself?
It was because I was a punk and I used to get cold walking home, and so I used to have a scarf. I used to wear a scarf to keep me. So when all the buttons are ripped off the shirt and a mosh pit, you just tighten up your scarf and away you go, which is great.
Yeah.
But no, it's there have been lots of theories advanced. One it was the hide love bites. That you'd go to a party. Remember, you were a teenager, you go to parties, you'd get the big, I don't know what you call them, the stamps on your neck. You'd wear the scarf high up like that around your neck to hide it.
Oh, you're talking about hickeys.
But no, hickeys and the hickeys. Oh, you call them hickeys there too, right? Okay. All the other ones, I had a mystery second mouth here. And the reason I was so good at what I did is because I didn't just have that mouth. I also had one down here, just hiding under that bit here. You'd reveal it, and there would be like some freak mutant mouth just here, just going, "Hello, how are you?"
Oh my God, you are so funny. Listen,
there are lots of theories.
So okay, so we're not only doing a cooking show. We're not only doing Matt Preston's author. I think we got to get into comedy as well. I think this is the next step for you, because I'm dying here right now.
I think what I think there is. I think there's a wonderful lunacy that's coming about through lockdown, and people are kind of a little less guarded, a little bit more relaxed, letting a little bit more of themselves come out, which I love. I love the Zoom conversations I've been having, and as long as there's not too many people, I think you're getting some. The lovely thing about this form of communication is that rather than sitting in a room with loud music and just screaming at each other and not really hearing anything, you do tend now to have to listen.
Sure.
And then also to sit back, and it means you enjoy other people's company.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. I like that moderation that happens. I think it makes for really good conversations.
Totally.
And it makes people being very, very funny.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm enjoying. Your vibe is on point this morning or this morning. I don't know, depending on where you are. Listen, Australia, because most of the viewers will be watching from South Africa. So Australia, how has it been there for you guys? Have you been locked away like we have? Have you had a strict lockdown? Has it been quite flexible? How seriously is Australia taking it? We're quite far removed from you guys.
Look, I think Australia started very kind of very Australian. There was a lot of kind of whatever, we'll be fine. Be fine. Yeah, let the guys off the passenger ship. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then there was that realization of how fast it hit, and we've got a right-wing government, so who are very pro old people, and so that it was suddenly all these old people are dying in big numbers, and you got to do something about that. That really is not acceptable, especially with the power that gets much your support from that block. So bang, we didn't go to stage 3, we went to stage 3, but there was this kind of. They managed it really well in terms of there was lots of stuff in the media about how people were still going to the beach and they were still hanging out in groups. And Australians are social people.
Yeah.
And then we went pretty much to you can only go out if you get to exercise, but you're still allowed to surf, which is great. So
really, oh my gosh, do you know that somebody got a 5,000 rand, which was like a $500 fine for surfing here in South Africa the other day? They're like, surfing is not allowed.
That's a disgrace. There are certain things that are they're all about social distancing. Like surfing is you never like hug a mugger on the lineup. So number one, surfing's pretty good. Golf's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a giant great fairway. So I live in a state where you can't play golf. Elsewhere you can. You can go shopping. I think people have been I think people have been pretty good here, pretty quickly. They kind of there was that moment when it suddenly clicked when okay, this is a major problem, and all we've got to do to stop it is to stay in
home
and wash our hands.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stay home, and it's not
pretty
really
easy.
not really a hard thing. I think it's hard if you've got young kids. I think then it starts getting a bit more challenging.
Are you at home with your kids? Like, I mean, how have you been with your family?
I went in lockdown with my university. My son is at university. My two kids are at school age. They're all doing either home university or homeschooling, and that's going well. But they're loving it because they're doing that thing where they're working till they get a break from 2 till 4, and they're straight down. And at the moment down here, we're about to get a cyclonic system move in, and we'll get 3-meter waves. It's going to be huge. So they're pumped by that. So it's exciting, So
yeah.
So I think from when you're a parent, there's something lovely about actually seeing your children. Normally,
yeah, hanging out, playing. Have you played any board games? Have you been cooking for them?
I have been. My daughter didn't help me with the video. My son didn't help me with some videos. There's been a lot of cooking going on. That's where I keep myself sane. We played a bit of cards. I'm very mindful of the fact that there's a danger that anyone in lockdown turns into their grandmother. They start baking, playing board games, doing puzzles, making baking
banana
biscuits.
bread.
Even though no one's going to come around, they're baking biscuits. What are you doing that for?
Oh, in South Africa, it's been banana bread. Flat out. That's it. Just banana bread, everyone.
Banana bread is a very good thing to do. And I actually went out and bought some bananas just to let them go black.
Committed to the cool.
Because not only with your black and bananas, the other great thing to do with black bananas, obviously when I watched a video of someone making banana bread, and they said, well, freeze the bananas to keep them, but they froze them in the skin. If you're gonna freeze your bananas, peel them, break them up, and then put them in your box. You're gonna freeze them because that way, trying to peel a frozen banana is a really hard thing to do. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is put double the amount of bananas you need, and then when you make your banana ice cream, the other half of bananas, put them in a blender, maybe a little tub blender that comes in a stick blender or a small liquidizer, and blitz them, and you'll make immediate banana ice cream. A little bit of maple syrup, and if you whip the banana, because of that kind of mucusiness of banana, it gives you like a dairy-like ice cream consistency.
But
really
no
quickly.
Dairy. No dairy.
It's no dairy. It's just banana. Nothing more than banana. Tiny bit of maple syrup. So banana bread's a fine thing.
Oh, man. Listen, I want to just cut across to Ben quickly because I just have to tell you, first of all, I don't know if you missed that part, but you guys pretty much got us through making our first album. And it's such a cool thing that we're actually getting to speak to you now. But I think another highlight for me was meeting you at Appetite Fest and just kind of Instagramming, saying, I haven't met you. We've met George. Is there any way that I could have a photograph with you? And you were like, yeah, come have a drink at the bar with the bar. And I was like, oh, my gosh. I was actually in bed, jumped out of bed, ran down there with my tech. And we remember Ben was feeling sick. We phoned him and then we got him down and then we had a blast together. And I think it's been so cool just to kind of get to know you a little bit. And thank you for wearing our hats.
But is that not the lovely thing in a way about? I mean, I listened to Ben talking about all those times you've tried to get together with Rory to record, and there's never a time, there's never a moment, there's never the right time. And what I love about this is that there is the time, there is the moment. Now is the time. Take advantage of it. I think that's very empowering. Procrastination disappears now, Ben, doesn't it?
Isn't that what we've kind of learned? Is as soon as something gets taken away from you, you suddenly realize the value of it, and having the freedom to see your friends and family whenever you wanted. Suddenly, having that snatched away from you becomes, it really earth-shatteringly brings home how important it is to take the opportunity to see people. I think it's just crazy that we kind of run through life in this way of just going like, oh, it's fine, I'll do it tomorrow, because there's always tomorrow, isn't there?
But is that not? I mean, that's one of the great universal truths is you don't appreciate what you've got until it's gone. I mean, whether it doesn't care whether it's environment or an ex-girlfriend. It's only that moment when you're sitting there alone, or you're sitting looking over a kind of a moonscape of shattered trees. You go, oops, maybe I did the wrong thing.
Do you feel that way about MasterChef, having now passed on the baton and letting the
not at all, really. No, because No, we were quite conscious of what we were doing. We wanted more time. MasterChef's a 9-month commitment of the year.
I remember you saying.
And as you get older, you know, the option of maybe going somewhere and doing less, and also having more control over what you're doing becomes more attractive. So that's where
it's
we
so
went.
Funny you say that, because that's exactly what Jules and I have been talking about for pretty much the whole lockdown.
So what, in terms of what? In terms of the tyranny of touring or the tyranny of record
just
companies?
reclaiming time. I think, you know, I mean, we did 90 shows last year, and you just suddenly realize, like, where's my life going? Like, how am I going to, like, spend time with my family and friends?
I think it's just about getting so busy that you don't make time for the other things in life that are important, you know. And I think it's just about the balance. And when you're forced to have a break, you realize.
But then, Jules, there are those gigs you want to do, aren't there? They're the gigs they're probably not the ones that pay that much money. You know, they're the ones you do because they are just a blast, and you do it because it's great fun and you love it. But it's always the way. You've got to balance. You kind of need to pick out what the ones the 10 you must do, the 20 you must do, and then then on the other hand you look at the 20 that are going to pay the most, and then the time in between you use for actually the stuff that really matters, which is the one people you love, your friends, all those things. That's absolutely the secret.
That's you spot on, Matt. And talk to me about you. I just want to know, like, the future, because we know you write your column, we know that you write, we know that you tour, we know that you give talks, and we know that you are, you know, I know that you and the guys have been very busy touring around, visiting different shows and giving demonstrations on food and cooking, and we know that you guys are still super busy. But what is, like, the dream for you? What is the next big scary goal for you?
Well, the next thing we're doing, I mean, George is this weird situation where he's still signed up to 10 still own him until July the 1st. So we've gone off, Gary and I, and we've made a new show called Plate of Origin.
Yes,
we've got another guy brought on board called Manu Fidel, who is on a rival show called My Kitchen Rules. I don't know if you get that there.
Yes, we do.
He's great talent.
Great show, yeah.
He was on MasterChef in season 1. He's a long-term friend of both mine and Gary's. Gary's made 3 TV series with him before MasterChef. So we're kind of discovering that friendship. We made a short, sharp show with him, which is Plate of Origin, which is all about people championing the food of their culinary heritage, which is great fun. We've seen some great food, so we made that. And then we got a couple of other projects in the pipeline in terms of development. But obviously, all that development stuff, you know, sadly, unlike musicians where you can sit in your home studio and you can record stuff. I mean, we have to be.
You have to go out.
We need a big space and lots of people and go out and do stuff. So we're very much now. That'll be a matter of when things calm down a bit. Probably September, October. We'll hopefully shoot a new series, which we're excited by. So yeah, look, I mean, but I don't think there's, you know, the pleasure. The pleasure of having time is such a wonderful pleasure.
Yeah,
do stuff, whether it's to exercise or spend time with your friends or to learn new skills.
I personally just feel very privileged to be living in this time, and you know, because I think not everyone's going to have this opportunity in their lifetime to get this kind of ability to kind of have a bit of a clean slate, have a moment in time to, like, wipe away what's not important and realign yourself and reset yourself. And there's so many people that will never have that opportunity in their lifetime. So I think we're very lucky that we're living right now in this moment. You know, as difficult as it is, I think there are lots of pluses to it.
And also the after party is going to be very good.
Huge. I think we need to come to Australia. I think we're going to come to Australia and annoy you guys and play lots of music.
I think we need an Australian after party with you. I think we need to come to South Africa and have a Cape Town after party. Sure.
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
I'm basically gearing up for maybe about 3 months of just after party. Portuguese after party, London after party. I think that'll be great. Maybe I need to get my DJing skills up so I have a reason to travel. I'll DJ and we'll cook.
DJ Matt.
What a good idea.
I think it'll be great. My brother's learning to DJ.
DJ Cravats, I think.
DJ Cravats. Yeah, I like it. It's apparently it's not so difficult.
I tease my friends who DJ. I used to DJ back when I was a teenager at a club. Myself and my best mate used to DJ. So That was the old days when you had to mix real records, you know,
With
proper
vinyl.
stuff, not press a button. Nowadays, where you know, I just watch people pressing buttons on a laptop. That's not DJing.
What was your DJ name?
I didn't have a DJ name. That would have been really pretentious. You know, we just played music, all right?
I love it. Oh, you're really pretentious.
You know the way it is. You know the way more bands break up over arguments over the name than anything else. So just go out and play the music, do the deal.
I hear you, man. I think it's my worst question.
Maybe we don't want to be called.
I think it's my worst question in interview. Like, why call yourself GoodLuck? I'm like, who cares? Who actually cares? Like, just listen to the music and either enjoy it or hate it. It's all good.
Well, yeah, and it's weird because sometimes I used to have a friend who was just every band he was in he called Goat because it was just a pointless name, Goat or Spoon, because it didn't mean anything. It was nothing. There was no value to it.
Yeah.
And so it became all about the music. It wasn't like Iron Butterfly or Sledgehammer Velvet or something like that has an automatic value. You have a no value name. And Good Luck is a very positive name, though. No,
but it's amazing. It is. That's why we chose it. I mean, we chose it because it was simple and positive, and you say it enough times it'll make you kind of smile. But Ben's brother is in a band called Goldfish, and I mean, before the kind of, and I mean, they're a very successful South African band, tour the world, and before when they started out, it was like Goldfish. It's like, why would you call your band Goldfish? Now Goldfish is cool. So like you say, it doesn't matter about the name. You can make it cool with the music,
Yeah, well, because you did some shows with Goldfish, didn't you? And I remember seeing that name and thinking, what a great name.
Yeah,
because it's one of those names. It's gold, it's fish,
Sticks.
It's kind of, it's good. I like it. The ruler too. Yeah, exactly. I like it. Maybe I need a Goldfish hat.
Yeah, we'll definitely hook that up for you. Matt, actually, I need to send you some more.
No.
These go a little bit skanky after a while, so I'm going to send you a couple more. And hey, wait, you know what else I've got for you? Because I don't know if you have to wear these, but we have to wear them now. We can't go out in public at all in this country without wearing these. I got a mask for you. Do you like that?
Have you got? Oh, you've got a. I love it.
Can I get it to you?
Oh, that's amazing. I want one.
And a good one. And I'll send this one to George for George.
Yeah, George needs a good one.
Cool.
I love it. I love it. I do. In Australia, people do get a bit upset about the hat. They do think it. They do mirror and upend the L. So because if they just see the UCK in Australia, they just think one thing.
Oh, sorry.
I know. I kind of like it. I kind of think it's subversive.
It's edgy,
It could be a very controversial
look.
That's
We want to be edgy.
Matt, my darling, we're running out of time, but it's such an honor to have you on our show. Thank you so much for coming and making the time.
All mine.
And I hope we get to connect soon. I hope we get to show you around Cape Town soon or come visit you that side soon. And just thank you for keeping the love of food and cooking and family and celebration alive. You're such a huge part of that.
And vice versa. It's fantastic what you're doing. I love the fact you're still playing music. I love the fact you're still connecting with people. I love the fact you're doing this. It's wonderful. It's wonderful to see. And my God, you're so lucky to have Ben, because let's face it, he's the rock here. He's the technological rock.
He is. I don't know what he does. It looks very complicated and scary.
Stop it. You're making me blush.
And you know what? An uppity guest says, "Oh, Jules, you look really grey and like in the shade," and all of a sudden, poof, the lighting's there and you look amazing.
All Ben, nothing to do with me.
How does he do it?
But I'm still getting a ring light. I'm definitely, you've inspired me to get a ring light. I'm going to grab one of those.
Oh my God, the ring light. I mean, yeah, but way better than the terrible blue screen of the laptop, which is never good.
Yeah, which is never good. Matt, you've been a star. Thank you so much. Lots of love from all your fans in South Africa. They can't wait to see you again. We can't wait to see you again. And enjoy the rest of your lockdown. Send love to your family.
Thank you very much, Lee. Bye, Jules. Bye, Ben. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Oh, what a guy. Jeepers, that was awesome. I could have continued chatting to him all day, actually. It would have been quite enough for me just to carry on talking. Thank you so much, Matt Preston. I mean, somebody who's so well-known, so busy, so in demand, taking the time out to actually speak to us. It's very kind, and I love how approachable he is. I was so scared to go and meet him downstairs in the bar. I was like, came down, I was like, oh my God. He was at the bar. I was like, Jules, got a drink for you. Like, really cool, really fun. His whole crew, they're such a solid group of guys, and it's wonderful to see people that don't get to affected by fame in the wrong way, that use it for the right reasons and actually manage to make a difference and manage to continue to be wonderful people. So thank you, Matt Preston. That was lovely to have you. I wore this especially for him because he's been wearing the hat a lot. So guys, we're almost done. I think we've just got tiki-talkies, and then we're going to love and leave you until Friday morning. If you want to, please, two things. One, you can get one of our masks. If you're in South Africa, we're not quite shipping overseas yet, unfortunately. We will be soon, but we still have restrictions on international shipping. You can order them on our merchandise store, GoodLuck. Is it goodluckmerchstore.com? goodluckmerchstore.com. You can grab one of these lockdown masks, and we will deliver anywhere in South Africa. Otherwise, if you want to as well, if you want to donate to our cause, guys, we have raised almost collectively from donations we've received personally and on our fund, we've raised almost 450,000 Rand. We are spending it, making it last as long as possible so that we can continue to facilitate meals in the communities where people are really living on the breadline and not able to feed themselves. What we've seen has just been incredible. We've got 30 feeding stations now some of them are feeding 1,000 people a day, 1,700 people a day, and just helping to get people through this crisis. I know, a lot of you have mentioned to do something more sustainable. I think we definitely have that in mind, but this is an unprecedented crisis. People are really just looking to get through the next patch, so whatever we can do as a country and a society to help get us all through as humanity, we must do together. So please do donate generously to our cause. The link is in the comments on the side. Before we end, we're going to finish off with our favorite tiki-talkies. You guys have been so creative. You've been giving us the best entertainment on TikTok, and we found some that we thought were really fun. And here they are, our favorite tiki-talkies of the day.
Oh my God. This guy. What? Oh my God. Hired.
This summer, Andy Samberg is looking for love, but who will he choose? The girl in the blue striped shirt or the girl in the green shirt? Maybe neither one likes him back. Find out in Who Will I Choose for My Date, rated PG-13. He wore her pants. Skinny Jeans, the movie.
These ones?
Yes, they are. Maybe give them back to her next time. This summer, two beautiful women were on a mission to go down Rodeo Drive looking for the rest of her skirt. The Girl with Half a Skirt, the movie, coming soon to Lifetime. And people on Rodeo Drive think I'm crazy because I'm talking to myself. Thanks a lot, Break.com. The man in the blue shirt is on a mission to get across the street on time. He's pulling out a cell phone and running as fast as he can. Runaway Man, rated PG-13. A group of guys on one mission to have a night on the town. Blue Man Group stars as Isn't It Romantic, starring these bros.
Papa, mama vra wanneer gaan jy begin braai? Okay. Go.
Oh my gosh, guys, I'm so excited. This used to all be chips. Look what they're doing. They're unpacking wine.
Now I've been really trying, baby, trying to hold back this feeling so long.
Sorry for you. Guys, it's been such a bumper episode. Thank you so much for tuning into The Lockdown. If you don't know what we are, we're a morning show. If you're in Australia /evening show, we're on the line Monday, Wednesday, and Friday between 9:30 and 10:30 in South Africa. And if you're in Australia, 5:30 and 6:30 p.m. Please do join in and continue to help us grow the show. We're wanting to make this, the way that we kind of connect with you guys over the next couple of months. We know that gigs, we're obviously an electronic band, and our gigs are not going to be happening anytime soon. So we're going to just keep the show rolling for as long as we can. I want to say thank you to all the contributors, to our team. I want to say thank you again to Matt and Rory for coming on the show today. Friday's edition, we got another bumper edition. We're going to be partnering with Cape Town Magazine again on a Friday. Guys, you've been wonderful. Have a beautiful day. Till next time, everybody look after everybody. Everybody love everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, and good luck.
Look at listening to what's happening.